Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey with not one but two pen reviews for you today. Now, what I have here are both fountain pens, obviously. These are the Pen BBS 308, both pens, Pen BBS 308, and one is in the Summer finish, that's this blue one, and one is in the Cloud finish, this white opaque one. Now, I wanted to do these two pens together because I feel that they are quite similar, and these two acrylic materials are certainly, you know, overall this pen is, let me just turn off the light a moment. You can see it is pretty much just a white pen with blue swirls, and through the camera it's actually coming out as if it's got an awful lot more blue in it than it actually appears to the naked eye. And I wanted to do these two pens together because they are obviously the same model, the Pen BBS 308, and I just feel that sometimes, because Pen BBS acrylics are somewhat of a collectible thing, I mean, I know many people on the Pen BBS Taste the Rainbow fountain pen Facebook page do seem to go for every single colour or collect all the pens in one particular acrylic, and it could be that you prefer the white cloud finish or the mine's gone blank, Summer blue and white finish. So I wanted to just compare these two fountain pens side by side, and as you can see, yeah, I mean, Cloud is very much a white fountain pen, but it is translucent. If we look at this, we can see, you see these sort of black looking swirls in the acrylic. Well, they're not actually black at all, they are transparent, so you can actually see things like the converter inside there. This white material is not fully opaque. I mean, it's opaque, but there is some translucency there. And as you can see, as I rotate this pen, there is a little bit of chatoyancy in this cloud material as well. There's a big flash of it there. So it is very nice. It is not just a white fountain pen. It is, you know, it's an attractive finish. Not just pure white, which I know can be a bit boring. Did I say that? I've probably offended every single white fountain pen fan on the planet in that one phrase. But this is, you know, it gives it a bit of character, and I like the translucent swirls in this, and I like the chatoyancy. It just gives the pen a bit more character. You unscrew the cap, and as you can see, the section is of the same material, so we've got that chatoyancy there near the nib, and you can see the black looking bearing in mind it's transparent transparent colourless acrylic there, and you can see the black plastic feed through those parts there. Screw cap, and I'll just talk about this pen for now. I have reviewed the Pen BBS 308 a couple of other times, and it is one of my favourite fountain pen designs. It's from Pen BBS, it's affordable. I mean, you can pick up some of these for, depending on where you are, but I mean, I've seen them for sale for £15, something like that, £15, £18. You can often, on the Pen BBS official Etsy shop, which is where I buy my Pen BBS pens from here in the UK, because they don't have an online presence on ebay.co.uk. It's only on the Etsy, on the Pen BBS official Etsy shop, Etsy store, whatever you want to call it, where you can buy their pens. And if you find that there might be other acrylic finishes like Nyango or Amber is a Cat, they're very popular acrylics, then you will pay more, and I'm talking £25, perhaps quite a bit more off on top of that, just for a novel acrylic. But these were cheap, and there weren't many of them left. I know that there still are currently a few of these around, at the time of recording this video, so please don't go ballistic and flame me if you go to the Pen BBS Etsy shop and they happen to have sold out. So yeah, that's the cloud finish, and the pen is really nice size. It's a very comfortable pen to hold, very nicely dimensioned pen overall. Nice silver clip in this case. They are quite tight but very functional. Finials are made out of the same material, same focus, there we go, same acrylic as the rest of the pen. Excuse me a minute. Apologies for that, just had to pause this video because we're getting so many deliveries at the moment. I'm just about to go back to my job next week, my new job next week, and wow, we've basically got everything ordered that we possibly need for the next few weeks and months, so that, yeah, anyway, back to the pens. So there is the cap. I mean, it is a classic cigar shape. Steel coloured or silver coloured finishes, finials, embellishments on these pens. You do sometimes find the Pen BBS 308 with gold adornments, depending on the colour, and you will see down here Pen BBS on the cap band, the logo, and 308 engraved on there. The barrel tapers down to the end. Unscrew the cap and one turn, nearly two turns. These caps don't have liners in, but I never find that these nibs dry out. They're really great. I can leave these unwritten with for a good length of time and no issues whatsoever. This particular Pen BBS 308 has the rounded medium nib. So it's a steel nib, rounded medium, and I always find that they are a little bit on the dry side. We'll see what it's like when I do the writing sample. Section is a nice diameter, it's comfortable, hold it securely, and there are threads up here, but they are so smooth and insignificant where the cap screws on. You know, they are absolutely great. So very comfortable pen to hold, excellent size for me. I mean, this is, yeah, near perfect. Portability combined with comfort. The cap post, not particularly deeply, not very securely, not a pen that I would write with posted, but you could if you wanted. It's okay, but it's not great. And these pens do come with, unscrew this. Now this is tight, unscrewing the barrel, and there's a lot of threads there. These pens do come with converters, fairly good quality converters, and they will take standard international ink cartridges, so you can stick a long one or a short one of those in if you so desire. On the section where it threads onto the barrel, there is a little silicone O-ring, and that is because the Pen BBS 308 can also be eyedroppered, and it is designed to be an eyedropper fountain pen, so that O-ring is going to seal off the ink in the barrel when you eyedropper this, but also I would apply some silicone grease to the threads there inside, just so that, you know, you negate any possibility of all of that ink leaking from the pen. So that is the Cloud acrylic. The Summer acrylic, in my view, really is quite beautiful. Now please do bear in mind that oftentimes Pen BBS has acrylics for sale on their pens, and it will say Summer, and you will not get a pen that's identical to this. You may get one that's more translucent, you may get one with more blue or less blue, more chatoyancy, less chatoyancy than this pen, because the acrylics do vary a little bit, not a lot. Sometimes Pen BBS does have cheaper versions, you might see one of these. I know that the recently, maybe 6 months or so ago, they had some Nyangao acrylic material pens, and some were £25 and some were more like £35–40. And I was beginning to wonder what the reason was, and then I looked at the actual photographs on the Etsy listings, and some of the acrylic wasn't quite as interesting. I wouldn't say it was a terrible acrylic, it was poor quality or anything like that, but you know, it had more grey in it than black, something like that, along those lines. So sometimes you can get a bargain, and you might actually prefer the other version of the acrylic rather than one or the other, depending on your personal taste. But this Summer acrylic is really, really nice. I mean, it's got great chatoyancy, really excellent chatoyancy all the way through. There we go, shining in the lights of the camera there. And it's a much more translucent material. I mean, you can see the nib and the section and the feed in there. You can see a bit more of the converter through the barrel. There's the opaque bit with the chatoyancy in. Turn it around, we've got a bit of blue. There is some nice depth to that blue swirling, but there you go, you can see much more of the inside of the pen. By no means is this a demonstrator, but there you go, there is the Summer acrylic, which is really, really rather nice. Unscrew this, and as you can see, we've got the same very attractive Summer acrylic material used for making the section. Now, same sort of steel nib. This is a medium. It could be a rounded medium, but I believe it's just a straight medium. And let's just see how these pens write, and also what ink I'm using in these two pens. So I have my usual Rhodia pad. We shall start off with the Cloud. Just double check, yeah, this is the rounded medium. That skip there was me trying to write over the camera. And this nib is smooth. I haven't done any tinkering, messing around, adjusting of this nib. This is how it is when I bought the pen. I flushed it because there was a lot of machining grease residue, more on the actual cap and barrel of the pen. So I gave it a thorough cleaning before I inked this up, because I did have a slight concern that there could be machining oil, grease, something like that on the nib and feed, which would have really interrupted ink flow and created issues. So I gave this pen a thorough cleaning, and it writes absolutely fine, which for a Pen BBS pen, I often find that their nibs can be a little bit too miserly on the ink flow, a little bit dry, so I often use a bit of brass shim and floss in between the tines, not very much, just to increase the ink flow. But as you can see, this lays down ink without any hesitation whatsoever. And this ink is Diatramentis Midnight Blue. Which is a nice, very dark teal ink, and it is, in my view, very reminiscent of the night sky when you have a full moon nearby in the night sky. It's this wonderful sort of dark, tealy blue colour. So I really do quite like this Cloud with this ink. I think it matches it rather well. So let's look at the Summer Pen BBS 308. Just put a line under there. Okay, Pen BBS 308 Summer. And I believe that this is just a medium steel nib. I've had a look at the tipping under a loop, and it doesn't seem to be the same as that nib. So I think this is one of the Pen BBS's older nibs, but it's equally smooth. Once again, I have done absolutely no nib adjustments on this pen either. Perhaps a little bit dry, but of course it's not scientific. We've got two different inks here. The Atramantis inks I often find tend to be a little bit on the wetter side, and this ink is a diamine ink, and this is Pure Pens here in the UK, Celtic Sea, which is this very nice, it's difficult to describe what it is. It's not a turquoise blue, it's not that, it's more of a rich sea blue. It's quite, in the right pen, this ink can be very much more saturated, and it does look a lot more like sort of the sea when you go further out from the coast. But you know, this is pretty good ink, made by Diamine for Pure Pens. So I really do like this Celtic Sea, and this is, yeah, absolutely great in this pen. Reverse writing is possible, and it goes from medium to extra fine. It's smooth, no issues there. I'll just go back to the Cloud and do the reverse writing there, because it's nearly the end of this particular review. Once again, absolutely smooth, not scratchy at all. Really good. Extra fine, possibly even extra fine. So you've got this medium down to an extra fine, so pretty versatile, and two very nice versions of the Pen BBS 308. So thank you very much for watching, and do give me a like if you enjoyed this video, so I know that this is the type of content that my viewers enjoy watching. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.